The first thing you want to do is go to a website called blender.org and download it if you haven't already got it, because this is the app we're going to be using to model our characters to make them do whatever you like. So just come to here, blender.org, it'll be in the description as well if you don't want to search it, and then just click download Blender, and then it will download, but I've already got it downloaded so I'm not going to. And then the second thing you want to do is come to one of the packs I've got in the description. There's 2 of them there. They're both full of skins, characters, guns, anything you'll really need for a thumbnail. So you just come in here, find what you want. So say I want a character, I'll go into characters, and then once it's loaded up you can find whatever character you want, click on it, and then just click download up here or in the middle, and then it should download the character, and that's what you really need to do before you load up Blender. Once you've got everything downloaded, of course you're going to want to open up Blender, and when you're in here it should come up with a screen like this. You just want to click off the middle bit, and then this will be what you have. You just want to highlight over everything here because you don't need any of it, and just click delete. There we go. And then you're going to want to start adding everything you want to use. So for that you just go to File, Append, and then find everything you want to use. So first thing I want to use is Aura. So here, Blender stuff, and then where is she? There she is. So when you're in here you just want to go to Object, highlight over everything, and just click Append. So there we go, Aura. She will come out grey at first, so if she comes out grey you just want to go up here top right and just click on this third option called viewpoint shading, and it should give her colour eventually. There we go. And now there's a few basic things you want to know before you start modelling. So first things are these tools on the right. This will toggle the camera, so once you've put the camera in, which I'll show you in a minute, this will toggle from the camera view to this view where you can scroll around on that. The hand, if you hold the hand, it'll move the view left, right, up and down. This zoom in, you can hold it and then zoom in and out, or you can choose the scroll wheel to zoom in and out, whatever you want. And to go around the character like this, you just want to hold the scroll wheel in and then just move around however you want to move. That's all the tools over here. And then over on this side, this is the move tool. Well, this one's the select tool, so you can select what you want to edit. This one's the move tool, so you can move characters left, right. And then you also do want to know Control Z, that undoes stuff, and Control Shift and Z will redo something like that. And this rotate tool, this can rotate characters, it can rotate their little bones, it can rotate whatever you want really. Same with the move tool, that can move anything you want once we get to that part. And then last tool you'll probably want to use is the scale tool. This can scale stuff up, so if you just hold on the outside where there's no colours or anything, you see it like down here, this will scale all 3 sides she has. If you want to just scale the way the red arrow is pointing, you just hold the red arrow and it will just scale it out that way. And same with the green arrow and the blue, it'll just do them sides. And then if you see these little dots down here, there's a blue one, a red one, not dots, squares, a blue one, a red one and a green one. If you hold the green one and scale it, it will scale every single side except the green side, and the same with the others, so the blue one will scale every side except from the blue side, and the same with the red. And the last thing you'll want to use, let's just undo everything I just did. Oh, need to redo that. There we go. And the last one you want to use is this one up here near the top right, called Show Overlays. If you want to remove the overlays, the little line things, you just click it and it will remove the background and the overlays, and then you just click it again to turn it back on. That's pretty much all you're going to want to use, and then you can get into editing the model. So I'm going to start adding everything else I'm using in the thumbnail, which is going to be a pencil and a keyboard. So here, and then where's pencil? There's pencil. So do the same thing as before, go inside here, object, highlight over everything, append. And the pencil's quite small at the moment, so I'm gonna make it bigger. So scale tool. I'm not sure where the pencil is. Oh, it's huge, not small. I thought that was it down there, so I'm just gonna scale it down. Use here because I want to scale all the sizes so it's perfect. And move it towards my character. Let's get down a little bit more. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. So around the right size, I'll probably not actually. I'll move to scale it down a little bit more. That's about the size I want it, so I'm just gonna leave it there. And we do the same thing with the keyboard. So append, back, documents, here, here, and then just gaming keyboard. Go inside here, object, hover over everything. There's a lot in this one. I don't think I'm going to add any of the text, so I'm just going to add the keyboard and the keys. If it lets me. There we go. Oh, let's wait for that to load in. Let's move it outside the ground. Oh yeah, that should look fine. Because the text is gonna take a little while to add all of that in, so I'm not going to. If you want to make it look the best possible, you will want to do that. And then a little bit smaller, and then I can get into moving the bones and stuff. So what you want to do is click on aura up here, or whatever skin you've got. It might say like F-Med Soldier or something like that. Some of them say that, or they might say their skin name. And see top left, you want to change it from object mode into pose mode, and then you can click on the bones and stuff now. So the main bones you want to move is this one here on either arm, or if you want to move the arms, and then you want to go to rotate to rotate it, and this can be rotated, and it'll rotate the whole arm. And then you'll also want to use the one near the elbow, this one here, because if you use the two in the middle, it won't twist the whole arm, it'll just twist that little bit, so you don't really need to use them. So you want to use that, the elbow one. It will say up here what it is, so lower arm, and that'll just remove the lower arm like that. Let's undo it. And another one you can move on the arms is here. It should say hand. Yeah, look, hand, and it will rotate the hand, the whole hand. And then you can also rotate the fingers here. There's 3 different ones for the fingers. So that one will rotate the whole finger, that one will just rotate anything after that one, and that will rotate just a little bit at the end of the finger. And the same with the thumb, but the thumb's just got 2. And then I don't usually edit the legs, but you can if you want by using the knees and up here, thighs. Just undo that, and I think you can rotate the feet as well, like around here. Probably this one. It's different for some characters. Yeah, like foot. And I'll be able to rotate the foot if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to be doing an upper body one for this. And some more things you might want to do is the spine. So you can rotate the spine around. There's 5 different ones, so just do anything above it. I like to rotate all of them so the character's not standing dead straight, it looks a bit more realistic. So you can rotate all of them along there. And then for the face, you can move these. You don't want to rotate the face, you want to move it. So you can click on all these face muscles and move them like that. Lip corner, I can make her smile a bit if I wanted to, just like that. Just move it up a little bit, and she's got a little bit of a smile. You can do that on both sides. You can open the mouth if you want by using these two middle ones. So I can move that up and start opening the mouth, but I'm just going to undo everything I just did then. And that's pretty much what you need to do. You might want to move the eyes as well here. You want to still move the move tool for the eyes as well. Most stuff in the face you want to, so you can move the pupil around if you wanted to, so it can look directly at the camera. And the upper eyelids, you can move these down or up if you wanted to. And then you can also rotate the eyebrow if you want to like make her look frowny or whatever you want to rotate the eyebrow for. And you can move the hair as well if you want it on some characters. Like move it out a bit, however you want to move it. But I'm just going to start getting on with the actual thing. Actually, first I'm going to add the camera. So you want to go back into object mode if you want to add a camera. And you want to go to add a camera, and that should add a little camera in. And you can position it however you want. So move. You can also scale it up if it's too small for your model or too big for your model. But I think it should be around perfect size. No, I am going to have to scale up a little bit. And I'm gonna rotate it upwards a little bit, and then down so you can see the whole character. And you go to this camera setting on the right and just see what it looks like. I'm gonna scale it up a little bit more, and then move it back a little bit more as well, and it should be looking good for what I want. You could also rotate it sideways if you want to do a little tilt on the camera like that, but I am just going to keep it straight for now and looking up a little bit. So let's have a look at that. Almost got her whole head in, just a little tiny bit further back, and it should have everything in now. Yeah, there we go. So that's what she looks like so far, but obviously I'm going to change stuff. Alright, let's get modelling.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath.
Okay, I think that's pretty much done. I'm just going to move that thumb out of the way, and then I can get into adding light. If it's not actually going to be in the picture at the end, you don't really need to worry about what it looks like. I can just bend this thumb however I want to get it out, because it's not going to mess anything else up if I just bend it in half. So let's have a look at it now. Alright, I think that looks quite nice. So I'm going to get on to adding HDRI for lighting. So what you want to do is, I'm just going to go back into object mode for now, and then you want to drag this bit at the bottom up, and then you want to first download the HDRI before you do it. It will be in the description like everything else. So you want to click on this little icon over here further to the left, and then you want to click on shader editor here, and it will come with something like this. You want to change it from object to world. You can zoom in on this, and then you want to click add up here, and you want to search environment texture, and then just move it. Oop, let me undo that for a second, and I'll move it over here. Then you want to match the color up to color on the green one here. Then you're going to go to open and find wherever you saved the HDRI. Here, where's mine? Here, and there's mine, Delta 2K, no 28K I meant. And then you just open it, and at the first you won't see anything, but to see it you want to go here top right and on the last mode, and it'll start updating lights. You don't want to stay on this mode when you're editing though, as if you stay on this mode it like lags a bit. You only really want to go on here when it renders. But let's just have a look at it once it loads. Sometimes Blender goes a bit weird and says not responding like that. There we go, so you see the light and there's also a background. It's quite easy to get rid of that background. You just go to this top, well near the top, render properties, go to film, and then just click transparent, and the background should disappear. And now you'll have something like this. So you can see there's light now. If I go back to this mode, adds light, just like that. And then you also want to add some more light behind her. So to do this, it's called a mission. You want to just add mesh plane, and then where is the plane? You want to scale it to something like this. A little bit further down, and then I'm gonna move it up here, rotate it so it looks like that. I'm actually gonna scale it in a little bit more. There we go. And this will put like a little outer glow on it if you want that. That'll be good. And then move it behind, highlight here, and then I'm gonna go back to this bottom and change it from world to object. Click new, and then you should come up with this. You just want to delete this one on the left. See you later. And then you want to go to add again and search emission and drag it over here. And then you want to connect this to the surface and then you can bump the strength up if you want. So you can see that's adding a little bit of light behind her. Or you can move this wherever you want. Say there's some shadows here you want to remove, you can move it there. and it will cast a bit of light. There we go. I'm just going to move it back behind her because I don't need any in front. And then I'm just going to duplicate it by going here, copy, paste, or you can click Control C, Control V, whatever you want to do. And then just going to move it to the other side. There we go. And that should be casting a little bit of light around her. And I'm pretty sure that's all you really need before you go to render. Let's have a look at my image. There we are. I'm just going to actually first make these invisible so they don't appear in the final render. To make these invisible, you want to go over here to Object Properties, and then you want to go down to Visibility, and then Show and Renders, turn it off. Show and Viewpoints, turn it off. There we go. Show and Renders, turn it off. Show and Viewpoints, turn it off. And now they've disappeared. Before you render your image, you're going to want to come over here to Render Properties, and you come up to the top, go to Sampling, and you want to change this up to around 600. That's what I like to have it on. Maybe probably 700 actually. 700. You can go higher if you want, but that's the one I like to do. And then you can change this to cycles if you don't want to use your CPU. You change it to GPU compute. So when I changed my mode to cycle then GPU compute, it just bugged out my recording software. But all you want to do from there, pretty much, you want to make sure it is on cycle for you though, because it'll bring out so much better quality than Eevee. And then you want to just come down here to View Layer Properties, go down to the bottom, and if you're on cycle, there should be an option called denoising. And once you've rendered it, that'll get rid of all the white and black dots that might be all over your character. And then once you've done that, you just come up here to render image, and then you should get a PNG image come out. It will take roughly 10 to 15 minutes. When you're in Photoshop, you just want to click Create New, and then for a for a profile picture, it's 800 by 800 pixels, and then for a thumbnail, it's 1280 by 720. You can see it here. So I'm going to do a thumbnail, so I'm making a thumbnail for this video that you should have seen. Once you've got the blank image up, you want to go to File, Open, and then find wherever you've saved a background. So I've got it in here, Fortnite backgrounds. I'm going to use this background. You can download backgrounds from the pack that I have in the description with the Fortnite Blender stuff, or you can find them on the internet somewhere, and you can even take them in replay mode if you want to. And I'm going to drag this over here into here, and then I'll delete the original background, unlock, oh, didn't mean to click that, delete layer. And then if you click Control T, you can edit whatever this image is. You can make it a full size by bringing these down, but I'm just going to have it like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the skin. So documents, here, Fortnite poses, and then there's that. Open that and drag it in, and then Control T to resize it. And I'm just going to reposition it over here. And then that should be good, and then I'll put the text how to use Blender down here. So once I've got that, I'm going to edit the background, so click on it, click filter, blur. I'm just going to add some of this Gaussian blur to the background, and then I'm also just going to add a little bit of radial blur to give it a little bit of curve in the background, only like 2, and you can see it's a little bit like shaky. And that's all I'm going to do the background. And I'm going to go to the text tool here, down here, and make sure you click horizontal, unless you want vertical text. Then I'm using Burbank Big Condense, that's the Fortnite font that they're using in their game. I'll have that link down in the description to download too. So I'm going to draw a text box, and it will come up with lorem something or other. You just want to change it to whatever you want, so how to for up here. Actually, I want to do the capital T. Accidentally remove the space. So how to, and then fit it to size, like that. And then I'm going to make a group for it because I'm going to be doing a little bit to the text. So just drag it into the group, and I'm going to click Control and T so I can make it, resize it, make it wherever I want. So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to right click, blending options, and probably going to go with a red to fit there, her line. I've already got red selected, and I'll make it a bright red here. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is rasterize layer style, so now it's actually red, it's not an overlay anymore. And then I'm going to create a new layer by clicking this little plus icon down here. It might be a page for you with like a flicked corner if you've got an old version of Photoshop. And I'm going to create a clipping mask on that so it clips down to the text. I'm going to change from normal to overlay mode. I'm going to go to the brush tool here, and the first thing I'm going to do is add a white. I'm going to make it quite big and not very hard, and just add a little bit of that. Actually, I'm not going to have on overlay mode because sometimes it doesn't work. It's on normal mode, it will be fine for now, and you can lower the opacity if it lets me put it on normal mode. And then black for the bottom, to just add a little bit to it so it's not just plain red. And what you want to do is change it to around 17% opacity. You can just change it there, but and then look, if I undo it, you can see it makes a bit of a difference. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer by clicking Ctrl J and move that underneath the copy. I'm going to have to clip that back on, and then how to copy, Ctrl T. This is to make it 3D text. You could keep it 2D text if you want, but then you just drag it down a little bit and make it a bit shorter. I'm going to have it so it's going to the right, so it looks like that. You can move it into the center so it's center shadow thing, and then I'm going to move it up a little bit so it's not too much. I'm going to change this color by going to blending options, color overlay, and I'm going to make it a little bit of a darker shade of red than the top version, so around there should be fine. Okay, and then you want to you don't want to rasterize this layer yet. You want to go over here to the polygon. It might be the normal lasso tool. Just change to the Polygon Lasso tool, and then hold Alt and scroll in, and you want to start hooking these up like that. Oh no, let's get rid of that. That wasn't that great. So there, and then double click up here to join up, and then hold Control backspace, and you'll see it's gonna start looking a bit more like 3D.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard.
Before we carry on, when it's a curved letter, you can change it back to the normal lasso tool and create a bit of a curve best as you can, and join it up. It should create a better curve when you control and backspace. I don't really like that much. I'm gonna add a bit more. Control and backspace.
I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better.
Okay, so that looks quite good already, but we are going to change the size by selecting the group that it's in to make it a bit bigger, because we've got more room. Just made it smaller at the start, just until I knew how much room I had. So there we go, how to. And then I'm going to open the group back up and I'm going to add something to the how to copy. So once you've finished all the polygon to make it all connect up and look like this, you want to rasterize the layer style then. And I'm going to add another overlay, like so. Create new layer, create clipping mask, and then I'm going to go back to the brush tool. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller this time, and I'm going to make it black. Yep, it's black. And then come up here and just create a little shadow behind here. We are going to make it a lower opacity, like we did with the original letters. So just do this around sides. I've done that a little bit too big, so I'm going to use the rubber tool. I need to lower that down a little bit more. So you can just go around and just do it the best you can. I'll do a bit of this as well. And then just go around the whole letters.
I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard.
Okay, now that is all done. You're going to want to lower the opacity. Actually, quickly I'm going to add another little dot there, and then just make it 17 again, just see how that looks. Sometimes you want to make it more and sometimes less. So now you can see it sort of looks 3D, and then I'm just going to make the other letters now. Okay, so now you've got your text in, you'll probably want to turn it a bit. So just go to the layer, click Ctrl-T on the folder if you folded all your stuff up, and then just add a little bit of rotation. That's what I like to do. I do it with all of them. So make Ctrl-T, add a little bit of rotation. I'm gonna move that a little bit as well. And the same with Fortnite GFX. Just add a little bit of rotation. There we go. And I'm actually gonna tone it down a little bit on Fortnite GFX, because it looks a lot more curved than the others. A little tiny bit less. Right, there we go. So that's pretty much all you need to do for the text. And now I'm going to move on to adding a glow to your character if you want to. So just highlight over your character. Here's mine called layer 2. I'm actually going to rename that to aura. I'm going to put it into a folder as well, if it lets me put it into a folder. So just put that in there. I'm going to create a new layer on top of aura and create a clipping mask so it clips onto aura. And what you want to do is make your brush quite big. I'm going to do it around that big, and then put it to white and just go around wherever you want to add a little bit of a glow. You can tone it down after, So like that. There. I'm just do it all over the top side. Oh, didn't mean to do it that much. Just a little glow. I've done quite a lot there. Let's just have a look how it looks on 17 opacity. There we go, it's just a little bit of a glow. Look, if I get rid of it, you can see just add a little bit of a glow. I might actually turn it down a little bit more to maybe 10. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And then I'm going to add some extra shadows underneath so it looks like there's some light coming from above. So dark colour, and then just under here add a bit of a shadow. There we go. And then that's pretty much all I do. You might want to add a colour correction as well. So I'm going to have mine linked in the description if you want to download mine. And then you just open it up from wherever you saved it. And then you just gotta wait for it to load. And then once it's loaded up, you just do the same as you've done for the skins and that. Just highlight the folder and just drag it into your document. And then you just want to change the opacity. I'm going to have it around 20%. So you see, without and then with. Just lights it all up a bit and makes it look a bit nicer. And I don't really like how the curve's gone, so I'm just going to kind of remove the curve on most of them. Just remove that, because the curve doesn't really fit these too much, in my opinion. And then just turn that down a little bit like that. And then move them a bit closer together. And this is pretty much the finished piece. This is what you should be seeing on the thumbnail. So let's just save that, and then you're all done. And you can just use it on your video. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and if you made this far, thanks for watching.